Hi everyone, it's Kamau. Welcome back to my channel, and for those who are just coming, welcome and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. This is round 16 of the game, this or that. Now in this game, I run through a list of 12 pairs of words and I tell you which one I choose, which one I prefer, and why I prefer it. And I ask you to leave a comment and tell me which you prefer. You can go through all the pairs or you can single out particular ones that you're interested in and tell me which you prefer. So here goes for this round. Here are the 12 lists. Number 1, someone left the toilet seat up. Was it you or not? It most definitely was not me. I never leave the toilet seat up. Having 2 sons and living with a spouse, I lived with my spouse for 18 years. I can tell you that leaving the toilet seat up is a peculiar trait of the male of the species. So they leave the toilet seat up. They still don't pee straight anyway. I don't know why they bother to leave it up. They're still gonna miss it by a mile. So you constantly have to be mopping up from they start using the toilet to forever. You're constantly mopping up, wiping up. It's a male thing, you know. So when you live with males, it's something you have to try and train them, and it takes a while. Some never learn how to pee straight. And they leave the toilet seat up. Women don't leave the toilet seat up. Why are you even asking me this question? Number 2, yoni eggs, yay or nay? For those who don't know what a yoni egg is, you can check my other channel, where I talk about lifestyle. I'll leave the links in the comments. Vibrant, authentic living, and I'll talk more about yoni eggs. But for those who don't know, so a yoni egg it's shaped like an egg, which is why they call it an egg, but it's actually made from crystals, whether it's quartz, obsidian, jade, you know, a number of precious stones, actually crystals, and they have many uses. So one use is actually, you know, when you're doing your kegels, you can use them to strengthen the pelvic floor, as well as just the properties of the crystals themselves interacting with your energy, you know, can have positive effects on your health. So I do have 2 yoni eggs. I have a black obsidian and I have a quartz crystal yoni egg, and I do use them to do my kegels, and as well as for just a spiritual interaction with the crystals. So I definitely do have yoni eggs. Number 3, you have to take 1 bullet for whatever reason. You have to take 1 bullet. Don't ask me why you have to take 1 bullet. You have to take 1. Play the game, okay? So you have to take 1 bullet. Would you prefer it in your arm or your leg? So I'm going with the arm. I'll take it in my arm. It doesn't matter if it's the left or the right. Preferably the left, of course, because I'm right-handed. But even if it's in my right hand, I can use my left hand for that while it's healing. I can do stuff with my left hand. But taking it in your leg, and then you have to be pretty much, you can't move around, you know. So I like to be able to get up and go and do what I have to do. So I'll take it in my arm. Yes, it's gonna hurt. Wherever you get it, it's gonna hurt. So I'll take it in my arm and make do with the other arm while I'm up and down doing what I'm doing. I don't want to have to stuck on my butt and then I have yes, I prefer it in my arm. Number 4, babies, breastfeed or bottle. Definitely breastfeed. I've never bottle fed my babies. I have 4 children. They were all breastfed up to at least 2 years, and for the first 6 months completely breast milk, and they thrived on it. They're always plump and healthy looking. So I know that breast milk is absolutely the best food for infants, and I take them up as far as they want to go. I think a couple of them went beyond 2 years. So for as long as they want it, they have it. Of course, after 6 months you start introducing, the fruit juices and stuff like that. But for the first 6 months, just pure breast milk and a little water. And they thrived. My babies people always tell me my babies thrive. They just look edible. They look edible. Number 5, polygamy, yes or no? Now, I'm going to say yes, but I need you to hear me clearly. When I say polygamy, I don't mean the watered down version that exists in the Black diaspora here in the West. You have a lot of people, especially those who are Afrocentric, and they actually use this, they use the term very loosely, polygamy. But you see, what they do is actually not polygamy. Polygamy has accountability, responsibilities, integrity. And some of the things that I see masquerading as polygamy here in the West it's really, truly not. It's just promiscuity with permission. That's all it is. Promiscuity with permission. And pretty much it's just that the women might know about each other, and that's it. They don't know the nitty-gritty details. They don't know the financial details. They don't know much of the information that, where polygamy is practiced legitimately, there is transparency, there is accountability. I've been there, done that. The Western polygamy thing, been there, done that, and don't want to go back to that. People can be in open relationships for that too. You can be in an open relationship where you say, I'll be dating other persons, you'll be dating other persons, and you come to an agreement and you don't necessarily share information. That's not polygamy though. That's just an open relationship. For me though, at this point in my life, monogamy is my ideal. I just think there's something to be said for when 2 people are committed to each other and working together and building an empire together. That is my ideal. That's my ideal. That really for me is what I would want as a permanent structure. Number 6, when men use the toilet, does their penis dangle in the toilet or stay in their laps? Clearly, I don't have a penis, so this is a question. I'm throwing this question out to you guys. This is a question I actually posed on one of my social media platforms about a year or so ago. I remember walking in on someone using the toilet, a man using the toilet, and it just occurred to me. I saw him on the toilet seat, and his balls were in the bowl, and it never occurred to me before, and I was saying, damn, your balls are in I mean, they weren't in the water, but they were dangling. And it was kind of like an epiphany, and I said, damn, I kind of thought you guys would have it, in your lap like a little baby when you're using the toilet. That's what I would do. I'd have it in my lap. I wouldn't have it dangling in the bowl. So you guys tell me what you do when you go and you're sitting on the toilet seat. You allow your penis to dangle. or you put it like a little baby in your lap. Like, tell me what happened, because I need to know. Number 7, do you travel with vex money or not? Again, if you're not from the Caribbean, you probably don't know what vex money is. Or maybe you do. I don't know if it's a wider term, if it's a term used in the wider. But I know in the Caribbean, vex money, mothers will tell their daughters that you have to have your money on you for when, if any argument develop, you're on a date and you get into an argument, you should have the money to take a cab back home or to find your way back home, right? So, I mean, it's a sensible thing. You should always have money. You should always have money in case of anything. That's a sensible thing. But, you know, sometimes I'm actually, the guys that I date, we don't argue. I date some really decent, mature, level-headed guys. They don't raise their voice. You know, I've only been in one relationship where the guy raised his voice at me. I cannot remember ever somebody else that I was dating raising his voice, because I just choose men who are, their nature is just not to raise their voice. They are just calm, they're level-headed. I'm the one who would make the noise if any noise is to be made. I'm the one cussing and and they're like this crazy woman. So I don't need vex money really. The guys I date, even if I'm vexed, they're taking me home. But I mean, it's a common sense thing. It's a common sense strategy to have your own as a woman, you know. So number 8, bikini or one piece bathing suit. The way my belly fat has been behaving, I don't see a bikini in my future anytime soon. So I'm going to humble myself. I'm going to humble myself and say no. No, not yet. Not yet. I don't see a bikini in my future yet. You know, sometimes you just have to stay humble. Stay humble. Alright, so next question, number 9. Is your mother on your Facebook? Yes or no? That's a no. My mother thinks I'm a saint, you see? And we're going to keep it that way. So when she sent me a friend request a couple years ago, I ignored it. And she sent another one, and I ignored it. And then she confronted me. She said, don't you see me sending your friend request? And I said, yeah, I see it, but I said, well, you know, my children, I'm not on my children's Facebook. I think people should have it. I don't think parents should be on your Facebook page, right? Because you're gonna do things and say things. My mother thinks I'm a saint, so she's not on. Let's keep it like that. Number 10. Would you prefer to die young or to live forever? I wouldn't say I want to live forever, but I would say, like, I wouldn't mind living for 150 years, 200 years. I think that's a good time. You know, by then you would have seen and done enough things to feel like, yes, you've lived a hearty, full life. And of course, beyond that, you know, I think it would get tedious. You have this groups of people who you got to know and they died, and then another group you get to know them and they die. Everybody die and leave you and you're there. After a while, I think that would get tedious. So I think beyond 200 years, 200 years, I'd love to live 200 years. I don't think I'd want to go past that. Number 11, how does your garden grow? Do you have a green thumb or none? Boy, I've been trying to develop my green thumb. It's still not green. My grandma had a green thumb, my mom has a green thumb, my aunt, my son. And I tried to grow things and they're just not growing. I don't know, maybe it's the soil. Maybe it's the soil. I still have hope for myself as a gardener. I love plants and I really would love to have a garden, that's flourishing. So maybe I just need to do some more research and get the right soil and stuff like that, and my green thumb my thumb will change color. Last question, old age. Would you prefer to live on your own or in a nursing home? I want to be on my own for as long as I'm alive. I don't want to be in a nursing home, and I don't want to be so decrepit that I can't care for myself. I want to be working straight up to the day I die. I want to be able to be doing the things that I love, to be writing, to be doing craft, to be gardening, to be sewing, all those things that I love to do, my hobbies, or whether it's a hobby or a career. I just want to be able to be doing it straight up to the very last day. I don't want to retire from the things that I love. So I'm going with living on my own, being very independent and enjoying my life straight up to that moment, and hopefully having my life partner with me. So let me run down the list. Someone left the toilet seat up. Was it you or not? Yoni eggs, yay or nay? If you have to take one bullet, would you prefer it in your arm or in your leg? Babies, breastfeed or bottle? Polygamy, yes or no? And this one I'm throwing out to the men because it does not apply to me. But when you're sitting on the loo, where is your you know who? Where is your you know who? Do you travel with Vex money, yes or no? Bikini or one piece? Is your mother on your Facebook page? Would you prefer to die young or live forever? How does your garden grow? Do you have a green thumb or a brown thumb or a pinky thumb or what? And old age, do you prefer to live on your own or in a nursing home? Please let me know your views and I'll see you. Bye. Look out for part 17.